So you have described Mr. Trump as a liar and as a hypocrite in the case of Nigeria and the situation.
And the case of South Africa?
Yeah. And
he did say in South Africa, oh, white people are being chased out of the country.
So we can tell Trump you are a liar. Your figures are incorrect. You are hypocritical because other things are happening. You don't love Christians. You just wanted to hate on Nigeria. Is that the case?
Why have we brought this embarrassment to ourselves as a people? That we are being treated as a neo-colony of the United States of America. We cannot even challenge Mr. Trump. How dare you? Where is this hypocrisy coming from? In fact, in the entire population of Israel, only 1.9% subscribe, and the majority of them are Arab Christians. In Gaza, at the last camp before the war, there were no less than 1,000 Christians in Gaza alone. But what has Mr. Trump done is to support not just the attack on the Palestinians, the killing of the Palestinians, including children and women, launching attacks on rockets on hospitals. Mr. Trump is supporting the military onslaught on the Palestinian people in spite of the indictment by the International Court of Justice that this is genocide, and by the ICC, this is crimes against humanity.
Our sovereignty has been called to question. When another leader of another nation is saying that he's contemplating a military intervention in our country, that those who will question the ability of our own government to take charge of his own affairs, and perhaps there are those who are also saying maybe it's a time for us to all sit up as a people. What are your initial views on what has become a major diplomatic tension as raised by Donald Trump's statement?
When I read the statements credited to Mr. Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, I wasn't in any way taken aback.
So you're not surprised?
No. He is a guy who has absolute contempt for Africans. That is the reason why he took on South Africa before Nigeria. But Nigeria and South Africa are the two leading African countries. And so for him, we're either a shithole country or a disgraceful country, or whatever. Now, I'm going to look at the problems from the human rights perspective, not a diplomat. And my own position is that Mr. Trump has lied to the whole world by alleging Christian genocide in Nigeria.
So it's a lie.
Without any evidence to back it up. Now, he said about 3,100 people have been killed, Christians have been killed in Nigeria. It's unfortunate and nobody can support even the killing of a citizen of this country. But when you look at the narrative of Mr. Trump and match it with what is on ground, the killers, be it terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, armed robbers, and so on and so forth, or people will simply call gunmen, do not care about your religion. And many of them care about the ransom you are going to pay. So it's not about your religion. Now, in the Middle Belt, particularly Benue and Plateau states, where this narrative, this campaign has been persecuted for quite some time, those who are killing there are either killing to expropriate land or killing to feed their animals. When you have open grazing, instead of losing sleep over Mr. Trump's statement, for me, the government has a duty to look inward. Where have you made errors? Government must be honest. According to Professor Jibril Ibrahim, a respected intellectual, he has said that this campaign of Christian genocide in Nigeria has been prosecuted for 8 years without any challenge from the government. Guys are going to the US and coming back, spreading this narrative about Christian genocide in Nigeria without any challenge. Two, I feel look at the solutions that have been preferred and agreed upon by members of the political class in Nigeria to address some of these problems. When Governor, now Senator Simon Lalong, was the governor of the Southern Forum, and the late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu SM was the chair. No, when he was the chair of the Northern Forum, and Akeredolu was the chair of the Southern Forum. A separate fora. These two organizations, Governors Forum or governors forum, the two, agreed that open grazing should be banned in Nigeria. Had to be banned. On my way to Abuja yesterday, I saw cattle on the street of Abuja, on the airport road. Nigeria is the only country in the world.
Let me tell you where you find them the most. The 3 arms zone. You find them grazing along the National Assembly Road. That's where you find them the most.
Now,
so in case you are looking for them.
What are the solutions that these guys have preferred? Is there should be ranches established in different parts of the country where you have an enclosure for the animals to graze. People will plant grass. Some will supply water. In that enclosure, the children of the herders will go to school. But what is going on is that people will leave Sokoto or even Mali. Bringing cattle to Nigeria is not done in any other African country. So why have the members of the ruling class and the government refused to allow ranches to be established in different parts of the country? That's number one. Number two, how can you have a modern state in any part of the world that allows bandits and criminal gangs to kidnap citizens and without any attempt to identify and locate them? Family members of victims of kidnapping are forced to raise huge sums of money, and then you pay bandits ransom. How? How will the government allow that? The moment they're asking for money, they are no longer using, because they have no access to SIM cards. They no longer use their own phone. They will use the phone of the victims to call members of their family. And the members of the families distressed, confused, go to the police or the security agencies. Our loved ones have been kidnapped, and they will ask you, have you been contacted? Yes, this is the number. Today, technology has advanced to the extent that wherever a phone call is made, you can locate a particular place. So what do you expect security people to do? It's not to leave the family members to be looking for money to pay ransom. It is to storm the hideout of the criminals and ensure that you are able to rescue victims of kidnapping. So unless you do that, the business becomes very lucrative. And that is why we're in trouble. So we must look at this problem. Why have we brought this embarrassment to ourselves as a people? That we are being treated as a neo-colony of the United States of America. We cannot even challenge Mr. Trump. How dare you? Where is this hypocrisy coming from? Unknown to most Nigerians, there are more Arab Christians than Jewish Christians. The Jews do not believe in Jesus Christ. In fact, in the entire population of Israel, only 1.9% subscribe, and the majority of them are Arab Christians. In Gaza, at the last camp before the war, there were not less than 1,000 Christians in Gaza alone. But what has Mr. Trump done is to support not just the attack on the Palestinians, the killing of the Palestinians, including children and women, launching attacks on rockets on hospitals. Mr. Trump is supporting the military onslaught on the Palestinian people in spite of the indictment by the International Court of Justice that this is genocide, and by the ICC, this is crimes against humanity. What has Mr. Trump done? So tell Mr. Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, I want you to destroy, raise Gaza to the rumbles, and then give me the place because I want to build an estate in Gaza. That guy is currently planning to attack Venezuela. 80% of the people of Venezuela are Christians. Not just Christians, they're Catholics. Now, Mr. Trump is planning to attack them. In the United States of America itself, between 2020 and now, 2025, not less than 280,000 people have been killed in America by gunmen. Those of us in the human rights community are also launching an attack on the United States. Stop these reckless killings. Because the gun, they can stop it. But those who are in charge of producing weapons and guns, the NRA, will not allow it. It's a very powerful lobby group in America. On the day that Mr. Trump was threatening to attack Nigerians, I think one church was attacked in one of the states. 5 people were killed and several others injured by a gunman. Mr. Trump did not even make a statement. So the whole thing is hypocritical, is beyond killings in Nigeria. But for us as a people, and for the government of Nigeria, you must now take Mr. Trump's warning as a wake-up call. And I can see evidence of that. The government is now giving information to the public and to the international community